God of War Ragnarok is a banging game, and it's no shocker that it will have its fair share of secrets for those who care to go and look for them. And me being me, it was inevitable I was going to make a video like this. Now, you may have noticed that I'm only going to be covering 5 secrets in this video, and that's because I'm not the whole way through the playthrough yet, and I also wanted to kickstart something of a sub-series in which we only explore 5 secrets. Why? Because 5 is a nice number, and some games don't have 10. So whilst I wrestle my schedule to slowly complete this game, I thought this video couldn't hurt. Though please do be warned, there will be some mild-ish story spoilers in this video. The only promise I can make is there will be no spoilers for the end of the game because I don't know it yet. But besides that, if you know any particular secret, you can consult the timestamps down in the description to skip it, and if you know them all, then feel free to click off the video and not waste your time. I understand there will be people watching who know this stuff, so if you're eyeballing the description and you don't think this video has anything for you, please just click off and find something that's more worth your time, because I'd rather you do that out of respect for your time than sit there and seethe and then write a hateful comment afterwards telling me how I'm worse than a literal genocidal maniac because my video wasn't enjoyable. The internet is weird. Anyway, please enjoy 5 secrets in God of War Ragnarok that many players missed. The sloppy titling is just a sloppy title, by the way, please don't take it too personally. Anyway, please enjoy the video. For our first secret of the day, we're going to be focusing on the strange comic relief squirrel looking character named Ratatoskr. This squirrel has the distinction of guarding the world tree of Yggdrasil. In this form, Ratatoskr appears to be quite a humble and polite character. However, if you enjoy exacting cruelty upon talking animals, you can drive him to the edge of a literal mental breakdown. Okay, maybe it's not that severe, but you can piss him off. To the left, when facing Sindri's house, after a certain point when progressing through the story, Ratatoskr will introduce you to his chimes, which you can use to summon him. However, if he's already present and you keep banging the chimes, it doesn't take him too long to start getting irritated.
I am already here, Master Kratos. Perhaps there was some confusion. This is for calling me out here, not for when I am here. Do you just like hearing the sound of the chimes? I suppose they do sound very pretty. Master Kratos, this feels very uncharacteristic of you, but if you enjoy the pretty chimes that much, I will allow you to indulge. Yes, you've done it. Well thrown. The sound of the chimes is not unpainful at this distance, so perhaps you could not? I see. You're deliberately attempting to push me into some sort of emotional outburst, aren't you? Well, I'm not so easily swayed, my good man. Stop with the stupid chime! Oh dear. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from.
Props to the squirrel, considering that would probably be my first reaction rather than my 9th. I have to say, how I first came across this one was entirely by accident. Well, arguably it wasn't. I deliberately threw my axe at the chimes over and over and over again, but in my defense I wasn't expecting a reaction. I just saw the chime and knew what had to be done. I don't typically enjoy torturing fluffy things, but in video games I simply can't help myself. Secret number 2 brings us to a tavern in Svartalfheim that's pretty easy to find. It's a part of the main settlement here, and furthermore the story literally takes you through it, in one door and out the other. You find yourself here on your first trip to Svartalfheim in God of War Ragnarok, and within the tavern you can find a character named Raib.
Hello?
Watch yourselves. Apparently there are intruders about.
Oh, that's us, I think.
Well, if you're planning on killing me, at least let me finish this song. That alarm was in just the perfect key.
We're just looking for a friend of ours, named Durlin.
Well, we both know that's not true. Durlin's got no friends left. But if that's all you need, head out the back way there, and you'll see the safety office just across the river. Just don't go making trouble for the rest of us. And while you travel through this realm, maybe you could clean up the head's mess?
What mess?
Later, brother.
Considering you meet this guy as part of the story, the part that makes this a secret is this is in fact a cameo. This character is played by the game's composer, Bear McReary. And if you look at his name, you'll realise that it's just Bear spelt backwards. Cool little way to hide in the game the guy who blessed us with the soundtrack we listen to every single time we play this game. I suppose it's fitting that he plays the role of a musician. For our third secret, we actually have 14 Easter eggs in one through the collectible mechanic that is Kvasir's poems. They can be collected throughout the realms, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows about these to an extent. And I'm certain plenty will also know that these all reference different PlayStation titles. The first one you're likely to happen upon is in Svartalfheim and references Horizon. This poem is titled The Sunrise of Nothingness. The poem references creatures of metal and a young red-haired warrior. The second poem, Large Society Ground Orb, the performance references MLB The Show. I hadn't heard of that until today. We Who Remain Part the Second is a nod to The Last of Us. The fourth poem, Tool and Bang, is a reference to the Ratchet and Clank games. Afterlife Abandonment references Kojima Productions' Death Stranding. The sixth poem, Visions After Rest, is a reference to Dreams, a game in which you can basically create anything. Spirits Within Walls references a game titled Concrete Genie that I'd never heard of. Celestial Construct references the Astro's Playroom, which is essentially the DualSense demo that released with the PlayStation 5. Ironically, for a while it was the most fun you could have with the console. Upon pursuing a place not marked on maps is obviously a reference to Uncharted. Eastern Spectre nods towards Ghost of Tsushima. An organisation in the future references the Order 1886. Trip references the game Journey. Sanguinity very obviously references Bloodborne. And finally, The Dead Do Not Ride is a reference to Days Gone. Boy, that was hard work. Want to know what else is hard work? Murdering this lizard. Anyway, it's clear this Kvasir fellow is a seasoned gamer, so props to him. There are plenty of guides available online if you wish to find the poems for yourself, but I'm fed up with poetry now, so we're going to move on. Secret number 4 is a little piece of dialogue that can be heard at random whilst exploring the world spaces of the 9 realms. This conversation is had between Kratos and Mimir.
Brother, I've heard my share of stories about your homeland, but I'd also heard that you once fought in a tournament.
I fought in many contests.
But this particular one, I heard you did battle with beasts, scoundrels, princesses, the undead, automatons, and history's greatest musician. That's not true, is it?
I would not speak of this.
Fair enough, brother.
And this is a reference to PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, in which Kratos makes an appearance, and can scrap with the things Mimir mentioned before. Obviously, it's just an Easter egg, but a funny thought would be they canonised it. The funnier implication still is that Kratos appears to be a bit embarrassed by his involvement with that. Secret number 5 brings us to Asgard during Atreus' short time as Loki aiding Odin in a game that rewards you for being thorough with your exploration of the more linear segments. It should come as no surprise that Atreus can eavesdrop on Thor and Freya. You can listen in on several juicy conversations around this place, but my favourite is, should you attempt to eavesdrop on Odin and Heimdall, you will be promptly told to fuck off.
I know you're listening, Loki. I won't be but a moment. Go away. He said go away. Are you really that dense? I'm not joking, son. Go. I'll be along shortly. Well, now this is just getting weird. Did you know he was this weird when you invited him?
It's a nice subtle reminder that your sneaky side is not going as unnoticed as you think. Is that the end of the video? Oh, aye. Thank you all for watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video of 5 secrets rather than 10, which will be its own playlist that I'm sure I'll add to with some of the games that only really have a couple of Easter eggs or secrets, because not all of them have enough or enough interesting enough to fill an entire 10 secret sort of list. However, it seems to have not impacted the length too badly. There seems to be a lengthy video in here as well, so let me know what you think about this format, and what games do you reckon would fit this category better than the 10 secrets? Let me know. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends, all that wonderful stuff, that would be super awesome. And be sure to go ahead and subscribe to my history channel Decades if you like history, and only if you like history, because otherwise there is no point, let's be real. I've got some awesome ideas for that channel going forward. Some massive improvements will be coming incredibly soon. I can't wait to get started on those, and hopefully they'll be as noticeable as night and day. Anyway, there's a link in the description that you can follow at your own discretion. And with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point. But until next time, please take care and goodbye.